Ramp it up, get loud and rowdy. Well on the stage, Sean Woodland.
Hey, thank you very much. How about that guy, Bart Freeband, ladies and gentlemen? Give him a round of applause. What a great job he's done. Where's the American? I'm not going to pick on you, don't worry. I love him. I love Americans, good people. You meet an American anywhere in the world and they'll say something like, "Hi, how are you?" An open-ended question, because they're nice people. They love a chat. They really do want to know how you are. Unlike Australians, we are way too smart for that. We've worked out what to do. We say something like, "How you going, mate? Good?" We give you one choice, don't we? Not only do we not care how you are, we definitely don't want you to tell us about it, do we? So we've all worked with someone like that, haven't we? Yeah? Those people that live alone with cats and you ask them how they are on a Monday and they fucking tell you in excruciating detail. And their shit life makes you want to kill yourself. Even allowing for the pandemic, some people just love the misery, don't they? Man, I had a guy I hadn't spoken to for like 2 years, saw his name pop up on my phone. I'm like, "Beauty, Phil, how you going, mate?" He goes, "I'm just ringing to tell you that I've been doing it a little bit tough lately." I'm like, "That's really sad, mate. And in 15 weeks' time on Are You OK Day, you can tell me all about it then, mate." That's why we don't have Are You OK Week, isn't it? Yeah, one day for a whinge in this country, that's it. Oh, people did lose their minds, though, didn't they? Yeah, like Bart mentioned before, we've all got that one friend, haven't we, that went down the rabbit hole, yeah? That one friend, the same friend that used to lick MDMA off a nightclub floor, suck a stranger's dick in a back alleyway, but no, I'm not having the vaccine, no way. My body's my temple. I'm doing my own research. You got a Year 10 certificate. All of a sudden a PhD in epidemiology. No, what you've got is shit you watched on Facebook and YouTube videos, yeah? Made by a doctor who's been struck off the medical register for fingering his patients. You can pick them too, can't you? Go into a barbecue a couple of weeks back and there's one of them there. She just went on a 10-minute rant, right? "Oh, yeah, this is all bullshit. Vaccines, 5G, all that crap, 10 minutes. And she said, "I've done my own research." And to be fair, look, I have done my own research too. Like, I waited till 3 months after my mum and dad had had the vaccine before I got it, but... 10-minute spiel, this woman goes, and she goes, "I've just done my own research. I'm one of those people that just likes to ask questions." And I'm going, "Well, you haven't asked one yet. And you've been talking for 10 minutes. And if you did want to ask one, you might ask, are you people interested in hearing my bullshit?" And I reckon we'd all say, fucking no, we're not. Oh, those conspiratorial types, man, they freak me out. You know, like I know, if you really want to find out what happened on 9/11 instead of, say, showering and having friends, that's your business, you know, but... Conspiratorial types. This one, she had a possum spotter. I don't know if you know what that is. That's where one eye, gun barrel straight. Other one, fucking up here, you know, looking for a possum in the tree. She said, "COVID's a hoax. I have not adhered to a single one of these public health orders." And I'm like, "Bullshit. Your eyes are already social distancing." It's all right to laugh at that because it's at an anti-vaxxer, so it's okay. Don't feel bad about yourselves, people. It's all right. It's all right. Yeah, and I had to homeschool me. I mean, most of you people, I can see you've all got life in your eyes. You don't have kids, do you, most of you? I had to homeschool my kids. It was so bad. I was their teacher, you know, and like I learned about their educational prospects. And I realised the only way either of my kids are ever going to get into university is through a fucking window. Homeschooling was so... I'd go as far as to say homeschooling was that bad. If I ever have to homeschool my kids again, there could be a homeschool shooting. There's a joke for the American, see? That's called inclusive comedy, that is, yeah? Oh, it was really hard, wasn't it? Jeez, tough. Incredibly tough. And my wife, I love very much. I'm very lucky. I've got a great wife. She's English, which of course means my kids are half English, doesn't it? So they're obviously really shit at sport. And, but very good at whinging, you know? And my wife was going out the first night out of lockdown. And she asked what is a pretty innocuous question, and I got the answer so badly wrong. She was all dressed up to go out with her mates. And she said, "How do I look?" And I just went, "Fine." Well, fucking know now, don't I? Jesus. And I thought I knew fear too, right? I've survived some terrible fucking frightening circumstances in my life. Like once I was halfway through doing a wee and the toilet seat started to drop, right? So I know fear, but this was next level fear. I should have said stunning, shouldn't I? Yeah, yes, like you all do on each other's Facebook pictures. I should have said, because fine is a shit word, isn't it? It's a nondescript, nothing word. He wasn't called Alexander the Fine, was he? So, it's not the fine wall of China, is it? See, the thing is, I never have to ask anyone how I look, because I fucking know. I know I look like a violent, white supremacist homophobe. I know exactly what I look like. People mistake me for a racist all the time. Usually at those Reclaim Australia rallies that I go to. Free sandwiches get me every time, people. Even out the front of my own house, people judge me. Complete stranger walks up, I'm out the front with the dog and the kids. Complete stranger walks up, 10 seconds of small talk. And he goes, "You know what the problem with Australia is, mate?" And because I'm thinking, yeah, fucking weirdos walking up to people, sharing their worldview. But I'm polite, if not a coward. So I just went, "No, mate." And he goes, "Too many immigrants." And I'm like, oh, fuck, I'm not indulging this bullshit. I'm going to do what any self-respecting Australian would do in the same situation. I'm going to change the topic of conversation to the weather. And I just said to him, I said, "Mate, do you ever get hot in that turban?" And look, I'm not saying they're all racists, right? But I mean, what's the world come to when a heavily tattooed skinhead can't sit out the front of his own house, draped in the Australian flag, drinking from a can of Jim Beam, stroking his pit bull, twiddling his son's rat's tail without someone walking up and assuming he's some kind of card-carrying racist, you know? I don't even have one of those Southern Cross tattoos, for fuck's sake. I'll tell you what did keep me sane, though, during the lockdown was my pet dog. Yeah, we got dog people. We got cat people in first. I should apologise for what I said about people that live alone with cats, shouldn't I? That was nasty, wasn't it? I like cats. I like all animals. Did you know that cats kill 1.4 billion native animals every year? Lesser known, they also kill the relationship prospects of anyone who lives alone with one. No, I love all animals. I love dogs. Who's got a dog? Yeah, a proper dog? Yeah, right. Who's got a cavoodle? Fucking $9,000 for a cavoodle. They're expensive, aren't they? And the French bulldogs went up to $7,000. You're paying $7,000 for a dog born with a congenital respiratory disorder. It's like having a kid that comes out smoking a pack of Camels, isn't it? You know you can pay $3,000 for a sausage dog. $3,000 for a sausage dog. $3,000 for a dog that can't defend you or itself. And there's an additional cost because you've got to buy a ramp so the little fucking sawn-off can get up the front steps. Huh? Fucking hell. You are paying for disability access for your dog. Oh, man. Who's got a white fluffy dog? They scare the shit out of me, those ones. You know the ones I mean, the little yappies, yeah? And I had my staffy on the lead in Bondi doing the right thing, yeah? And this little white fluffy up the hill with this old lady, the hackles were up, it was, saliva coming out the side of its mouth, like the dog, not the old lady. And she sensed my trepidation and she just yells out at the old lady, she goes, "Don't worry, dear, his bark is worse than his bite." And I'm thinking, I don't trust this. So I walk Dudley off this one, the lead. The little white fluffy has come in behind me, latched onto my Achilles. Yeah. And of course I'm thinking, well, its bark must get really bad because that fucking hurts, you know? But then the twisted part of me thinks finally I get to see what the staffy's capable of. Yeah? Because your dog's meant to defend you to the death, isn't it? You know, my dog did. He fucking latched onto my other leg, right? He thought it was a joke. Now I've got two of them. And it was really, really hurting. This one has, like, penetrated the skin on either side of my Achilles, hanging on for dear life. And the old lady, like, casually saunters up to me with a look of pure hatred on her face, and she goes, well, he's never done that before. Fucking implying that her dog biting me was my fault. I said, is that right? He's never done that before. I leant down, I grabbed this little bastard by the scruff of the neck, picked it up, poked it in the eyes, karate chopped it down the middle of the skull and just flung it into the side of a passing bus. And I said, well, I've never done that before. I'd never ever hurt an animal. You tell me what you reckon. I reckon if a dog bites you, you don't blame the dog, you blame the owner. Yeah? Fucking oath, yeah. So I kicked the shit out of the old lady. Hey, you guys have been great. Thanks ever so much. My name's Sean Woodland. Good night.